All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
Sucks.
And welcome back to another episode of We Love the Council. I've got Jordan up the early hour of 3 in the morning.
Guys, I am so tired. I'm paying for this like influencer male improvement class. I have to get up at exactly 2:23 a.m. I don't understand why.
And Danny, oh my God, is he okay in there? He's been in that bowl of water for a long time.
Shut up. I'm a minute there.
And of course, we got Becky on the ones and twos. How is everybody doing today?
I know I've nailed it when I get Jordan to laugh.
I know. I was like, I saw the slightest pause. I was like, oh, he's doing the Foley work. I guarantee it. Yeah. Oh no, I'm all right, man. I'm you know, like I said, I've been the past 12 days. I've been waking up earlier and earlier to get explicitly boutique bottled water and dunk my head in it, man. But it's supposed to improve my life. I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about the state of everything. I'm happy that in this time of kind of historic unrest, we do have centering figures that can remind us what's really important in this world. We're going to talk about the big old buff guy who keeps dunking his head in water.
We can't not talk about it, right?
I'm sure you all know what we're talking about. If not, I guess you have to watch like a 2.5-minute influencer video where this routine details his entire routine with you.
His morning routine.
And spoiler alert, it's mostly just dicking around.
Yes. Yeah.
And it starts at, Jordan wasn't joking, the guy starts at 3:53 a.m.
Exactly, apparently. And my favorite thing about these kinds of videos, because you see this shit all the time. Like, I think it started with like a get ready with me trend, you know? But of course, you know, women online will do like very fun, cutesy, like, get ready with me. I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to get ready for my remote work. And like, it's like, oh, what time is it? And then she like pets her cat and wears like a cute outfit, and it's adorable, right? It's just a fun little influencer thing. But as a guy, you can't do it, you know, it has to be painful somehow. You have to like prove yourself. It's got to be like a dick measuring contest. So what does this guy do? No. He gets up at 3:53 a.m. You know, oh, I get up earlier than you. It's still dark out. And I got to make sure you see my steroid-filled pecs and abs in front of the mirror.
He is huge, right? Like, he's brolic.
Yeah, and the other thing about these, I'll just give the game away right now. It might not be true, but the vast majority of guys that do this type of shit and post this content and make themselves look better than you, they're taking steroids. It doesn't matter how early they wake up. Be totally honest.
No, I mean, this guy's got like the fattest tits I've ever seen in my life, and I'm like, dude, is he natty? That's crazy. That's where all the Saratoga goes.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll give you an overview of what happens. So the guy wakes up, and the first thing he does, we'll do a bar for bar, right?
Cool.
The first thing he does is he takes off this big piece of tape on his mouth. So are you guys familiar with this stupid fucking piece of tape that all the fitness influencers have on their mouth?
No,
Yes,
dude.
actually.
I don't know this one.
I wouldn't be surprised that someone like you doesn't know about it because you don't take your health as seriously as I do.
Oh,
so the
really?
concept
Okay,
is
so you can't say that, dude. For like weeks, you just refused to put on the sleep apnea device for your nose. You were like, it's fake and dumb.
because I had the tape. I
No, you didn't.
No, so it is a basically an understanding that snoring is not super healthy for you. It represents like an obstructed airway, right?
Yes.
But a lot of people snore because in the night they lose like higher brain function that permits them to breathe exclusively through their nose. So they breathe through their mouth instead, right? So one of the ways you can cut back against this is if you're snoring, you can go get a sleep test and maybe get diagnosed with sleep apnea. You get a CPAP mask. The quality of your sleep goes way up. You're way healthier, right?
Sure.
But if you don't trust those goddamn doctors,
True.
Instead, you can do what this guy's done, which appears to be you put a big piece of tape over your mouth so you can't breathe out of your mouth. Then you put a breathe right strip on so your nose is all open.
That's just...
So, like, as you can imagine, Jordan, this has been a thing before this guy posted this video. It's just much funnier now with him doing it. it's essentially like a health and wellness like trend. Like, oh, like you'll sleep better.
Country's so dumb.
It's so
This
good.
it's
I hate to be
so
like this as a
dumb.
professional napper, as a real sleeperoni. I gotta tell you, breathe right strips are total hokum. They are pseudoscience. They're good if you have really small nostrils and you get congested at night. That's what they're for.
Yes,
But if you are
dude.
snoring, if you have an obstruction, then you cannot alleviate it with the fucking breathe right strip, no matter how much these influencers sell them for.
It's people will do anything. People are dumb. Okay.
Like there are
If you
studies
think-
done for the mouth taping. Don't get it twisted, but it's not very well documented is the thing, right? Like
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Are you sure?
No
I would expect that
kidding.
it's pretty much.
there are studies done for it. I'm not going to say that they're like conclusive and it's epic and awesome for you. I will just say that it's more of like a newer thing, right? To like explore and see, does it actually benefit you or not? And right now the consensus is we're not sure yet. So it's really funny to see like a steroid
Eating my
roided
own
out
shit.
guy.
Studies are inconclusive. It's a very new phenomenon, so who really knows?
Dude, man, I'm
I'm not
okay,
defending
go
it.
ahead.
I'm just explaining.
I'm sorry.
I just want to give Jordan the context that this.
We got to move on from the tape. All right, so after 3 minutes of taking the tape off, he brushes his teeth and then swishes in the mouth with the bottle of like Premier water.
So
He's got like a big thing of Saratoga and he pours himself a glass so he can swish it in his mouth.
because it can't be tap water. That's government shit.
True.
It'll make you gay
That's literally
or
true.
dumb or
True.
womanly.
Wait, we're gonna
probably.
lose out
I
on
don't
that
know.
soon.
Yeah.
They're taking the fluoride out of the water.
They
Yeah.
are.
Our pineal glands are going to uncalcify. So then he walks outside onto his deck and does push-ups for like, I would say 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of stands there
No,
like
we're not
Vegeta.
breezing past these push-ups, bro. I can't
Okay.
do it, dude.
It's a twofer. It's the push-ups, and then he does like a twerk pose at 4:17
He does the
a.m.
Omni-Man pose.
Yeah, the Omni-Man butt.
That one.
Jordan, tell us all about these push-ups.
They're not this is how you know this guy is like roided up, because nobody does push-ups like that. That's not a fucking push-up. Like,
That's how I do push.
it's like the little pulsy ones where you don't even stretch your arms out all the way. It's like, bro, that is doing nothing.
It is kind of like he's bouncing too, which is the one thing I feel like most fitness instructors have always told me, don't bounce. Like it's really bad to do that. Like do full like sets, like push up and push down.
Man.
Don't bounce your muscles because it's terrible.
Wait, hold up. I've been bouncing on it my whole life.
Okay,
Is that wrong?
different phrase.
Move on.
Fuck you.
So he hits the Omni-Man. Then he sits outside like Vegeta for like 5 minutes. He just kind of like
Aura
ruminates.
Yeah.
Yeah, aura farming for sure. We see the fit dude. It's nothing. So then he goes back inside. He sits down in front of a book, immediately moves the book out of the way, sort of concentrates. He's very contemplative.
Yeah.
And then he pulls a second book towards him, which is his journal. He spends exactly 2 minutes journaling, and then it cuts to him watching like a TikTok on his phone about Jesus Christ. And this is the first time in the video where I felt represented.
Of course.
It's like a dude with fat ass tits drinking a bottle of some sort of bullshit, watching TikToks on his phone at 4:55 a.m. I was like, okay. All right, maybe I am about the same health level as this guy.
Maybe I
All
should
right.
DM him.
Yeah, so he spent 2 minutes journaling. Then we cut to 5:30. That's 40 minutes later. He was watching TikToks. He
Fair.
brings the book back out, and without opening it, steps up and leaves, which is so funny. The book did not do anything.
Well, no, you don't get it. The book is decoration. Like he's putting it back in its place, which is so epic.
Oh God.
So next comes the thing that everybody's excited about. He gets out a whole bunch of ice, puts it in a bowl, fills the bowl with the water, and then puts his face in it.
And
What
not
does
just
this
any
do for
water.
you?
I want to be explicitly clear. It is the bottled boutique like still
Saratoga
water.
Springs.
Like,
Saratoga Springs, baby.
why does it have to be the bottled water?
People speculated that it was going to be like an ad for it, but nope, this is raw. It's unfiltered.
Next up, he spends literally, no joke, an hour getting these little calf things on. He puts on like a bunch of jewelry. He grabs all his stuff and puts it in a fanny pack. And then he goes to the gym. Finally arrives at the gym at 6:30. He does a shitload of cardio, what appears to be an hour of cardio, where he is just like flat running. And then he
he's
goes
damping on that thing. He is destroying the treadmill.
He's got
Yeah.
the fucking pavement punishers.
Yep.
Then he goes to the pool. He jumps in the pool, and this is the part people have been making fun of. And the timer on the screen changes from 7:36 to 7:40 while he is jumping in the pool, which of course implies that it's a 4-minute jump.
Yeah. We got to be more clear about this because this one is the one that is the most hilarious to people
so
that everybody has
funny.
pointed out. The timestamp is 7:36 as his feet are leaving the ground by the side of the pool. Then him in the very same jump entering the water is 7:40. So he jumped and froze himself in the air for 4 minutes and then landed in the water at 7:40. So he's actually a superhuman is what happened. He can fly
Yeah, he has.
So what am I supposed to
levitation.
learn from this guy?
Yeah, I've learned nothing, and in fact that I should maybe be fearful.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear about what he's trying to teach you, right? Is that gear gives you superpowers.
That's true. Hey, that's,
So he swims for 11 minutes. Then he goes to the hot tub where he stays for 20 minutes, which is honestly another time I felt represented.
I felt this
I'm
one.
like, all
I
right,
was like,
that was some good exercise in the pool. Now time for an hour in the hot
this
tub.
was me.
Yep.
I was like, oh man, he got my ass. This is totally me.
So then he takes a shower. He goes back to his place. He has had no shirt on this entire day, by the way.
Wait, hold up,
at the gym.
hold up. Roll back
get
a
at the
bit.
gym.
At the gym, he did
He
work.
does get a towel from the cleaning lady, and he then says in a low tone, "Gracias," which is
Gracias.
awesome.
Gracias. So he takes his shower with his chain on, by the way, with his
Yep.
watch and chain on, like not for nothing. All right. Then at 8:43, we've been up for 5 hours. He is now eating his first food, which is a banana. He eats this banana. He does the thing that people always do when they eat bananas, which is they only show you the last little bit because they're scared you're going to think they're sucking a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he rubs the banana on his face.
The banana peel.
Which is, I mean, yeah, that's like gayer than deep throating the banana.
yeah, I
Why
would say
even do
so.
the first part if you were then going to rub the... Okay, well, so he rubs it on his face and he washes his face. Then, magically, 9 minutes later, he's clothed in a suit. He sits down at his, quote, job, end quote, and he is presented by an unseen female accomplice, the Harley Quinn to his Joker, a second big bowl with water and ice in it.
When she
He
slams
dunks
that
his
bowl
head
down.
in it in a suit at his place of work, and then he gets on a call and he says, "Yeah, bro, we're definitely gonna have to get at least 10,000."
That's true is the thing.
I-
See,
That line, I can't stop thinking about that clip from, I think it's in The Room. I can't remember, where he's like, I just made the big sale or whatever. And it's like, what'd you
Yeah,
get?
Birdemic Shock and Terror.
Thank you. It's Birdemic Shock and Terror.
Biggest sale of my life, $1 million.
That's what it sounds like. Am I crazy? For those of you who don't know, there's this like the terrible movie called Birdemic Shock and Terror. It's so bad. It's one of those
Really
like really
recommend it.
awful movies you watch with your friends and laugh at. And there's a moment where he's doing like a sale at the office, and he's like, I just made the biggest sale. And then it's like, the big fish? Yup, $1 million. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I gotta get 10,000. So the rest of the video is like a cooking influencer style video where the unseen female accomplice whips him up what I can only describe as the type of food that little children make on their like fake chef cookware sets. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You buy your kid like a little plastic kitchenette set and they pretend to be cooking like eggs and bacon. That's what it looks like is going on here. It's like these rubbery ass eggs, 3 strips of some sort of bacon, and then avocado toast, which appears to have been made by mashing an avocado and then spreading it on toast.
I mean,
Like,
that's
that's what avocado toast is. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I would fuck this up.
It's
but
the only good
come
part
on.
of that meal.
Okay, so then it gets to him, and he goes, after going, guys, we got to get at least 10,000. He gets the meal. He goes, thank you. And then he starts drizzling it in hot honey
No.
as she puts another bottle of Saratoga on the desk.
This
and
is
that's
where
the
I
end
have
of the
been
video.
seen. This is where I have been seen is the hot honey on the eggs because oh my fucking god, I love hot honey so much. I
Okay.
will put that
I
shit
bet
on
you do.
anything.
He's
I got some hot
destroying
honey
those
for you.
eggs with hot honey, though. He knows those. Like, if you guys watch the video, he like slathers it in hot honey. He's like, ugh, this shit tastes terrible. I need to cover this in hot honey.
It is funny though that it's like I've been doing all this shit, waking up at 3 a.m. and I'm up for 5.5 hours now, and I told my coworker we need to get 10,000, but what will make you really fit is sugar on all your breakfast.
No, it's good for you.
Jesus
it's honey.
Christ. The truth of the matter is, if you are working out this much, which who knows if this guy is or not, you do kind of get to eat what you want.
That's true.
Right?
That is true.
And so, like,
I will cop to that.
why isn't he
That is
just
true.
real about it? Why pretend we're fucking around with bananas and eggs with no seed? Just fucking drink the hot honey straight from the bottle, dog. You earned it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I don't know, man. I just like, so obviously this whole thing is fake. It's one of those, like, it's meant to inundate you with the idea that people who are successful are living their life in such a foreign way to you that it's actually like understandable that you haven't accomplished anything with yours, right? Because this is something that you could never even dream of.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's a little more even sinister than that, which is it's just lying. It's like, because he had to throw so much shit in, it's just immediately clockable as a big fucking lie. Like all these like epic business guru types are like, you need to be doing affirmations. You need to be doing meditation. You need to be journaling and sitting with your thoughts. You need to be getting up at the crack of dawn and doing an hour of cardio before you even make any business decisions. Here he is showing us in real time that would take you 70% of your day.
Yes.
Like if you have anything resembling a normal job, this is out of reach for you just because it's so much fucking stupid busy work. It's so much actualizing and like so much like meditating and sitting with your thoughts that it's like you would never fucking get anything done. The only thing you got done today was telling that guy you had to get 10,000.
Yeah. And like the best part about it all, the thing that makes me just, I don't know, cherry on top for this whole fucking that stupid charade is even with his shirt off, he keeps his chain on.
Yeah,
That's
it's good.
very important to the whole thing is like, you know, you got to look it, man. Even with my shirt off, looking in the mirror, I go to bed with my chain on. Like, you're so fucking fraudulent, dude.
It's awesome. I think he rocks.
It's actually like literally true is the crazy part.
Yeah. That is me. When I got a chain for the first time, I did not take that thing off for like 4 calendar days.
That's fair.
Oh, all right, are we ready to do the fucking posts?
Yippee!
Yes, we are. But one last thing. Listeners, please don't let people like this fool you. They don't actually do this shit.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
If you
Oh
fall
my
for
God,
this,
please
you
don't.
are lower than dirt to me.
Yeah.
You are like a submental single-digit IQ cretin. Like I would be surprised if you could I don't know how you get to these videos because you have to have enough brain power to download TikTok, but not so much that you clock this as a bit.
Yeah.
Like somehow you have to be just barely above sentient, and to
Smart
you,
enough to
I
use
mean,
a
good
phone,
luck.
but dumb enough to.
You know what it is? I think his audience is like iPad babies that just like their parents forgot them. You know what I'm saying? They they put him in the basement. And they were like, we gave him his iPad. It's fine. And then 10 years later, they're like, oh, fuck, we had a kid. Oh my God.
Shoot.
They come down and the algorithm has just like got them to a place. They come down, the baby's got like fat ass tits and they're like, give me a Saratoga.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to make this happen?
Yeah, let's do it.
Make it happen, Captain.
Our first one comes from r/am I the asshole. It's a couple of weeks old. This is from user Pizza Cole Kazo. And honestly, I really do agree with this one. Am I the asshole for sleeping in my car because my wife won't stop playing whale sounds at night?
That's a classic, right? Like, right, guys?
Do y'all have like requirements for the space you're sleeping in?
Oh. Okay, can you define requirements?
Well, I guess I need the CPAP.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair. But I mean,
Medical
like
aside.
atmospheric requirements. For me, my space has to be as dark as possible. If there is a single thing in that room that has like a teeny tiny LED light that shines, I will find a piece of tape and cover it.
That can be rough. I get that.
I need to be in like a cave. That's how I sleep.
I'm kind of like that too. One weird thing for me is like, I like the door closed. Is that weird? Like
No, that's not weird.
I'm like, I don't know. I just like,
That's
I feel
very normal.
I feel off center if I'm not sleeping with the door closed.
Yeah,
Even though it like
that's
doesn't
fair.
matter much.
I can see that.
Sometimes I need white noise too. Like the
I would
whales.
say I don't need like I don't have like too many requirements, I guess I would say. But I do need it kind of colder than
Yeah.
the rest of the
true
places.
Yup. You're.
I mean, that
I
is
do.
just-
I do
you do just
appreciate
sleep better.
when it's dark. I mean, I'll sleep anywhere.
yeah.
That is true. That is actually crazy. You have
You're
this magical
goated.
thing that my dad also has that you call a switch on your ass, where if you can just sit anywhere and you hit the switch, you sat down, so the switch went off and now you just fall asleep.
I can do that when I'm really tired.
That is something that I had in the past. But, of the last like 5 years, I have been able to sleep less places. And I think it's because I'm finally getting like good sleep.
Right.
Oh.
You know how it is.
Yep.
Anyway, let me ask you this question. Do you all have like a sleep tape you use?
Oh yeah. So I've
Yeah.
been doing this thing where I get like pliers and I just like crank my nostrils open.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? You do?
I put plugs in my nose. I do the opposite.
Yeah, I constantly have a leaf blower pointing into my nostrils. You guys use tape, but I'm on this new shit.
Oh, bro, where'd you get that from?
No, Jillian has one. She uses the Hypnos, if you've ever heard.
No.
Oh, it's like an app, and it does tapes. And the problem is she has this one that she really likes, and the rest of them are just like basically interim ones as we return to the single one. And the one is about stairways. And it's like, all right, this shit is about walking up and down staircases. And I remember being like, what? How could this possibly be relaxing, right? Because it's all about, when I think about the things that I don't want to do when I'm going to bed, I'm like, the fucking staircases. But she's like, no, they talk about the beautiful staircases you're walking up. And I'm like, oh, walking. Here we go.
God.
Yeah, because I've done like the meditation ones, and once in a while when my mind gets kind of racing, it's nice to like have those on and be like, focus on like this and relax your muscles and go from this muscle to this muscle. Like those make sense in my head. The opposite doesn't, when it's like, go up the stair, feel the wooden floor.
Oh my God, my
I'm like-
dogs are barking. Stairs, bro.
Anyway, let's keep moving. Okay, so this is weird, but I need to know if I'm in the wrong here. My wife, 32F, has recently gotten really into whale sounds. It started as something she played when working from home, and I didn't mind. Then she started listening to them while doing chores, cooking, and during dinner. Again, I figured it was a phase. Then she started playing them at night. I mean, full blast, speakers on either side of the bed, deep ocean whale calls echoing through our room like we're sleeping at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. She says it helps her relax and feel connected to nature. The problem is, I can't sleep through it. I've tried earplugs, but I swear I can hear them. I wake up to haunting, eerie moaning sounds that feel like I'm in some sort of deep-sea horror movie.
You are.
I asked if she could at least lower the volume or use headphones. She refused, saying the sound needs to fill the room for the full effect. I even tried playing my own relaxing noises to balance out with rain sounds or white noise, but she says they ruin the purity of the ocean experience.
Shut up! Shut the
That's
fuck
awesome.
up!
That's so awesome.
I literally believe this. I 100% believe this. After weeks of this, I finally snapped and just started sleeping in my car. I parked it in our driveway, reclined the seat, and actually got my first full night of sleep in weeks. Now she's furious, saying I'm abandoning our bed over something trivial and making her feel guilty for trying to create a peaceful home environment. I told her I'd come back if we could compromise on the whale sounds, but she says I'm being selfish and refusing to understand her needs. Am I the asshole for choosing my car over the call of the wild?
You're refusing to understand my needs. Okay, so are you. Like, my needs are to sleep.
That's awesome.
Why is it? Okay. There's a lot of these situations that we read on this podcast and just general relationship advice, I guess. But this thing happens where it's like, you have to compromise to me. It does not go the other way around. How do you even think that way? Do you understand what you are doing? You are blasting noise throughout the entirety of the house all the time. What is wrong with you?
It's just really funny imagining like
Yeah. Just a
Every, like,
cacophony
minute.
of bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's amazing to think about what living in this house is like. Like, you come home and it's just like,
Yeah, wait, you're right, because it's not just at night. It's also
It's not to go to bed. It's not a sleep tape.
It's also like while you're cooking. Imagine you're
It's
like
all the time.
you're like playing like a match of Fortnite or Call of Duty, and it's just like you're shooting people, and you hear.
God, honey, you know, I needed to. Oh man, I was at work and it was such a frustrating. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
like
I was
shocking.
trying to put together the quarterly reports for my boss, and it's just terrible. Oh, honey, that's so. I can't.
We've had a
This
lot
would-
of posts like this where the person does new thing that like
Where the
bothers.
person is insane.
Well, okay, that's every post. Okay, relax. That's like every single Reddit post because they're on here posting about it rather than trying to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Right, of course. Yeah.
But I feel like person who develops new phase that is just absolutely insane, and it's like, well, you're walking over my boundaries by like saying I can't do this, and this is my new thing that makes me feel good. And you're like,
How did this even start?
It's a genius level tactic. It's like the classic thing where it's like, I found something that makes me happy, and you just want me to stop it. Like, this is controlling behavior. And it's like, the thing that makes you happy is screaming whale noises.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of growing up to do.
Another thing that fascinates me about people is why are people so uncomfortable with like silence? You know, just generally like no noise happening around you. I think that is something that people don't realize they struggle with. And I'm not trying to say that there's something wrong with, listening to music or enjoying white noise. That's not a bad thing.
yeah.
But a lot of people don't really grasp the fact that they have a gripping uncomfortableness with no noise around them. And I don't get that. It's interesting to me because I don't understand why you would want constant screeching whale noises around you all the time. Doesn't this get to you? Does it bother you at some point?
No. Now turn up Moby Dick.
I guess. Yeah.
So let me ask this. Would it be an asshole move for you to sleep in your car without saying anything?
I mean,
Like without going to your partner and being like, I can't sleep in here. I'm going to go to my car tonight.
no.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying I agree with it or not. I'm just throwing it in the wind. I think we
That's
can
an
all agree
interesting-
this sucks to listen to whale sounds while you sleep.
I think that the guy has done a lot already
Yeah.
in terms of communicating that this is insane behavior he obviously can't put up with forever.
Yeah. No,
Like, I
it's true.
understand you feel like she is at least owed a little bit of an explanation where it's like, no, you need to communicate that you're so uncomfortable you're going to go sleep somewhere else. I understand her being hurt by it, but he has done that communication.
Yeah.
Like, it's been weeks of her doing this through his protestations.
That's
Not
true.
even, you know what? Honestly, that doesn't even give the guy enough credit. He actually has tried to be accommodating.
Yeah.
He's tried to let her still do this, and he's tried earplugs, he's tried headphones, he's tried to play his own sounds. Like, he is doing what he can
I love
to
the
try
play
and
my
make
own
this
sounds,
work.
by the way. I'm imagining like two dueling white noise, which
Dude, it sounds like the Rainforest Cafe in there.
their alarm clock is when the gorilla gets up. It's like,
Tears in my eyes.
Dude.
I'm so glad you mentioned it. It's
no, but it
What do
is
you mean
insane.
you can't sleep, you bastard?
you are ruining the sanctity of our marriage by not being here. Now turn your white noise back on. I like it now.
No,
The patient needs more white noise.
no. More white noise will kill them. They need the whale sounds.
Thank you for whale sounds. I feel better now.
I also love what she says about it. She says, you're ruining the purity of the ocean experience.
Shut the
Such an
fuck
awesome sentence.
up.
That's so true.
The problem is that I agree. It's really funny she says that because, like, in some weird paradox world, I kind of understand what she's saying.
No, I mean, you don't want to be doing the ocean experience if you're like, I'm floating among the whales. And it's like, why is it raining underwater?
This is ruining my headcanon.
Oh my God. I'm just imagining putting on like an air conditioning white noise and the other person has like the meditation. So it's like one person's like, now think about your legs and your arm.
Okay, I do have to say, Jillian has the meditation thing.
Yeah.
And she's doing the thing that would like one-shot normies. What is it they say? She's got like the meditation going, the ocean sounds, the air conditioning sounds, the rain sounds, and like the bird sounds.
Oh my
So
God.
it's like, it is like, and we're walking up the stairs and you hear in the background, you hear, I did have to intervene at one point because she had one setting on that had like one sound. I don't know how anyone could find this relaxing, that at like 5-minute intervals would play a sound I can only describe as gears grinding. And so I would, after the meditation stops, the sounds keep going. So I would like go downstairs after the meditation's over and I'm like, time to go to bed. And then I would hear like gong, gong, gong. And I was like, what on earth? There's no way you fell asleep to this. And now I can't fall asleep to it.
Dude, your wife is sleeping to the brown noise, the noise that makes her shit. Like,
I wake up and the sheets are covered in human feces and I go, oh no. Who snuck in here and took a shit?
The meditation at it again.
just imagining, you know that picture of that dog with its like brain open with like the
Syringe going into
on
it
him and
with the 5G tower?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like Jillian sleeps to.
This is millennial iPad baby ADHD meditation. It's like all the meditation, like they still have the like you're going up the stairs, but it's in the fucking TikTok voice. It's like, and now you're going up the stairs. This millennial with ADHD is so fucking bad at sleeping.
Can't believe this eepy creature would do this.
All right. I mean, so what do we do here?
Okay,
What's the
man.
plan?
I guess we'll vote. What do you want to vote?
No, what do you mean we'll vote? There's nothing to. Okay, let's talk about it this way.
Okay.
Sure.
The wife is clearly being an insane person.
Yes,
right?
all
Yes,
right,
of
yeah.
course.
I know he's like, it wasn't bad until it escalated at night. I'm the opposite. I'm like, no, when she's playing it all the time in the house, then it's insane.
Yeah, actually, yes. Like, that's more
Yeah.
the insane part.
Decision time.
So, I mean, is he a jerk for like storming off and leaving? You know?
No, it can't
No,
be.
this opinion that I have is pretty flexible, and there you could probably, as a listener, go back to different episodes where I've kind of flip-flopped on this, but there are times where sort of I just can't do this anymore sort of reaction is valid. You know, if your partner just is not being compromising or flexible at all, and you have made like multiple concerted efforts to be accommodating and also voice your sort of protest with this, and there's just no budging or understanding at all, like, yeah, of course you sort of flying off the handle within reason is completely valid. And I don't know. I can't blame this guy for having this response.
I guess we're voting.
Yeah.
Danny, do you want to give your response?
Not really. He said everything I was thinking.
Yeah.
No, I'll keep it short. It's just, yeah, absolutely correct. This is, he's tried to compromise. He's tried to talk about it, and she has refused. And he's even like, I don't want to do this. Let's compromise. And she's not even meeting him at the table. That's an L in my book, and I'm going to call you an asshole. Not the guy. He's not an asshole.
I'm going to say he's an asshole.
True.
Oh, okay.
He's disturbing the whales.
That's
Fuck
true.
You.
Yup.
No, it's a 3
Okay,
outs.
Melville.
But wait.
All right, so Danny has spoiled it a little bit, but there is an additional layer to this story.
Oh, God.
This is the guy that keeps on giving.
Okay, so this story I don't think is particularly ambiguous. It's like the guy is in the right, the woman is being a little crazy, right?
Right.
But all the comments are like, there's one comment that's like, no, you're not the asshole. And the rest of the comments are about something else. You see, this guy did not use a throwaway. He used his actual factual Reddit account.
Oh, no.
And what he usually does on reddit.com is post pictures of his big swinging penis. Like dozens of pictures of him like on a beach, helicoptering his wiener, like beautiful black and white boudoir shots of his semi-erect schlong. And I'm not gonna, it's not a bad penis. It's a nice penis.
I wanted to ask your opinion because, you know,
Oh my
I
God.
wanted to make sure.
I know. So all the comments are like, maybe she's like just trying to make the house unlivable for you because she hates that you keep posting your cock on Reddit.
Oh, no, he's really posting his cock.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
no, it's
pretty
just out there.
crazy.
Oh,
I
well,
gotta say,
that's
this
gotta
one where he
be-
swings his penis, though, he's got the rhythm down for like 5 swings, and then it just starts kind of flopping.
The helicopter's kind of nuts. I'm not going to lie to you.
In fact, actually, I'm now looking. He's bragging about his record on the helicopter dicking. He's like, I can do this 30 times without fucking up.
That's so funny.
I don't think I could. Let me try. I don't think I could do it 30 times.
Are you doing it right now? He's doing it.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Wow. What the hell was, dude?
It's
What,
epic.
did you know about the? Okay, never mind. Somebody had to know about this before you sent
Did you
this.
know about this? Not every guy who likes dick has seen every dick online. What do you mean?
That's
Did you
not-
know about
I'm not
this?
doing like.
You
oh,
all
you're
know
bi,
each
I
other,
have a
right?
bi. Yeah, that's exactly. No, I'm just like, never mind.
You guys all have a D club, right? Like,
Oh,
That's a deep cut. Holy
yeah,
shit.
thank you.
I don't think it justifies the whale sounds. That's kind of petty. Am I wrong for saying that?
No,
Okay.
No. I think you're right.
You can post your penis, like whatever.
Yeah.
Should be a separate issue.
Yeah.
Don't put that in, Rebecca.
Oh my God, wait. There's a reply here that's unbeatable. Ready?
Yeah. Sure.
Moby's dick.
Got him.
Mm.
Top tier.
Okay. I mean, we got to make one of the dick pictures the episode cover, right?
Yeah, great idea. Yeah, great idea.
Good idea,
Yeah, why don't we
man.
do that? Great
Yep.
idea.
Yep. You're welcome.
The Council has spoken.
This next one comes from Am I Wrong?
Yes.
Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong?
I love this subreddit.
Am I wrong?
Putting the whale sounds on when we fall. Whoa, 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 whoa. Would I be wrong for punishing my son, 15M, for grossing out my daughter, 11F, on purpose?
Yeah, I love parenting ones. I love when we do
Oh.
parenting.
Yeah, we're the perfect group of people to
3 guys who
adjudicate
have
this.
no sons or daughters or any children at all. Yeah, let us tell you how to help your kids.
Yeah. No, I got this. Let's
The
go.
first thing you're going to want to do is reason with them. Children are very logical.
The
Yeah.
second
All
thing you'll want to do is post on Reddit.
The third
Okay,
thing
but
you'll
that's
wanna
actually
do
it. Like, while
is
we
Aura
can't
farm
really offer fantastic advice because we don't have experience parenting, we can offer this advice, which is don't go to Reddit for your fucking problems, man. What are you talking about?
so
I know.
good.
All right.
Actually, keep going. We need your funding.
This comes from a throwaway. This is like test 98125, but like, you know, that's so that you don't connect the dots on the dick pictures. Okay. Our son has recently been doing gross stuff to our daughter to get a rise out of her, and she really hates it. It started when she gagged when someone passed gas in a small room, and he thought it was funny. Now he's periodically trying to fart in her face, hold a doggy bag up to her nose when walking, and huffed in her face this morning without brushing his teeth, causing her to gag. He thinks it's funny, but she really hates it and wants him to stop. He knows this, and I've told him this after the first 2 incidents, but he keeps doing it again. He says, I'm not hurting her, it's just a smell, it's funny and she needs to get over it. In response, I told him, next time this happens, I'm going to make you smell something you won't be able to handle. And you're not going to get to stop smelling it just because you hate it or it makes you feel queasy. He asked, what could you make me smell that's so bad? And I said, you don't want to find out. You don't give her any warning when you do these things, so you aren't going to get one either. I'm a vet tech, though, and have more than adequate means to follow through on this. God.
No.
I thought it was
That's
just an
bad.
empty threat until I read that.
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
There's going to be like pus involved.
No.
Yeah. Or like a dog
Oh,
has
no.
eaten some sort of other animal. And
Hope
like
you're not
had
eating,
to get-
listener.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't actually describe it. So there's some behind the scenes. I have family members that are vets or vet techs or whatever. There's some nasty shit that happens in that realm of the world. I will just say that.
He sort of rolled his eyes and said whatever, but it did make him stop for a while. Yesterday morning, he burped in her face and laughed about it. I told him, all right, I will be carrying out the punishment as we've discussed. I let my daughter take a mini vacation with my husband to get away from him in the meantime to a local hotel and water park while I prepare to administer it. I need a couple more dogs at work who need expressions.
What does that mean?
Come on.
What does that
Anal
mean?
glands. That's anal glands.
Oh.
Yep, I told you. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Well,
After talking with others about it, I wonder if it's too harsh a punishment. My husband fully supports it, and so do 3 of my coworkers, but 2 of them say it's too harsh, and a smell this bad is way disproportionate to burps and farts. I told him everyone has a different tolerance to these things, and if he repeatedly violates his sisters, he needs to realize what it's like to be on the flip side of this. I told my husband I was having second thoughts and wondered if it was too harsh, but he said it's not undeserved and you have to follow through on a promise. All right, what do we think?
oh, man. I get why she's having second thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those things you tell your kids and you're like, I'll do something even worse to you. And then they test it and it's like,
man, like,
I really didn't want to.
I do not want to do this.
Yeah. Man, it's hard because I know some kids can just be little shitheads. I'm just going to be, even if it's your own kids, they
Yeah.
can be shitheads, right? I was a shithead at points when I was a kid, right? And sometimes you do need a reality check. You know, a 15-year-old kid is not going to understand the severity of like farting in your sister's face, you know? As gross as it is, like farts are hilarious. We think farts are funny. The 3 of us laugh at them all the time. But somebody else doesn't understand that that's funny, and they don't get the concept of like, that's a boundary violation, you know? I mean, maybe you can teach your kid that, but if they're not getting it, then I don't know. I guess I could see this. Like, I don't think this is abusive.
No, I don't think it's.
Like, it plays on the line, but
Yeah, I don't think it's like abusive. I think the problem is you want this kid to. I think regardless of if they'll be an asshole or not, I don't think you can not do it now.
yeah, I agree.
Like now that you've boxed yourself into being like, if you do this, it's going to happen. You do kind of have to follow through, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It does smack of the like eye for an eye type thing that,
Yes.
you know, you hate to see.
That's what I'm a little annoyed about. Like,
Yeah.
I think the punishment is like, I don't know, just wrong, but not because like
Yeah.
it's that evil or whatever. It's just a smell. But you know, I do think that it's like very eye for an eye, and it's like, okay, I don't know if it's weird because it's simultaneously eye for an eye, but it's also like, I'm going to punish you for doing the thing I told you not to do, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're like weirdly intertwined.
I guess I don't like that this is kind of where it got, you know? Like, what do I mean by that? I dislike how she tells him to stop, she tells him to stop again, and she goes, okay, now I'm going to force you to smell some of the grossest stuff you're about to smell in your life, right?
Mhm.
Did it have to be the next step?
What happened to fucking timeouts? I guess he's like
Yeah.
15, but can't you ground him?
Yeah.
Like, this sounds like to me like a punishment that like King Solomon would think up.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh shit, I got a good one for you. Take this.
Yeah.
Or like the devil in like The Simpsons. Oh, so you like smelly things, do you?
Yeah.
Well, how about you smell my asshole?
Yeah.
Smell this. Wow.
Oh, man. And God, anal gland expression on a dog. Oh, that's one of the smells you never forget. That's bad.
So, okay, I was going to say, I was also a little worried the kid might not care. You know, like he might just
Oh,
be like
no.
a little.
The kid will care.
The kid will care.
So I don't know the severity of this smell. So if it's really bad,
It's so bad.
I just like, okay, but yeah, here's the thing is like, what is this going to teach him? Right?
Yeah.
Because like, what she's trying to be like, this is a taste of your own medicine, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But he knows what his burps and farts smell like. So what he's going to learn from this is not, oh my God, I'm putting my sister in this terrible position. It's, if I do something bad enough, my parents will force me to endure this, like punishment, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily like, I need to respect this person, more like, well, I'm not doing something nearly as bad as this, but the threat of it looming over me is enough for me to stop.
Yeah.
Which I don't love. I don't love. I think that something like a grounding or like fucking no computers would do, you know, just as well. I don't know why you have to do the fucking King Solomon bit.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. What are you teaching the kid here? You know, like the lesson being learned is not like you need to respect people's boundaries. And at 15, I think I might have painted this, I don't know, 15 is a formative age to learn this type of social thing, you know? Just because you think it's funny doesn't mean that you're not harming someone by doing this, you know what I mean? I think 15 is an old enough age to start to learn these sort of formative thoughts. And it sucks that, like, this feels like a very immature punishment. Is that crazy to say? Does that make sense?
No, you're not wrong. That's why she's having second thoughts, right? Like,
No, I think her head's in the right place.
right.
Yeah.
But the crux of the post is, would I be wrong for punishing my son for grossing out my daughter on purpose? Right? And like, I think we can all agree, no.
Correct.
Right? Like, I think we can all agree, of course not. You should absolutely carry through with your punishment against your
Right.
son. With the caveat being, I don't think the expressions dog like poopy smell is a great way to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what I'm finding out.
Yeah.
You're not a genie. You're like
Yeah.
their parent, right?
Yeah.
Like they're going to spend the next couple of years trying to test like their boundaries. I know I did that. I was always like, let's see what I can get away with.
Yeah.
But I think your toolbox has to remain consistent, and it has to remain like parental insofar as they're punishments that clearly are not meant to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
And this one, I don't know. It really is. Like someone in the comments says, like, what if he was like slapping your daughter? Would you be like, if you keep doing that, I'll start hitting you? You know,
That's a
you'd
good
never do
point.
that, right?
That's a really good
That's
point.
a really
But
good point.
for this one, it's like, oh, well, you want to make her smell your farts? I'm going to make you smell something that's going to burn your fucking nasal hair. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and it's so bad, I got to get the husband and the sister out of the house while I hold you down and do it.
Oh my god. Yeah. Also, like, how are you going to do this? Like,
She's going to put him in the Ludovico technique chair.
Yeah,
He's going
like,
to fucking have his eyes forced open.
strap him in the chair and then be like, "Here you go." No. And, like, put the nose up instead of the eyes.
I don't know. I guess where I come down on this is I really don't like the punishment. I think there's a lot of other stuff that would have been just as meaningful you could have done.
I agree.
At this point, I think you are in too deep because you told him you would do it.
Yeah.
You probably do have to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I know a lot of people that listen are actually going to disagree with that.
You want to move to voting?
Yeah, let's do it.
Decision time.
All right, I'll start on this one. Clearly, I think obviously the biggest asshole in this story is the kid. And he does need to learn a lesson about boundaries. He needs to learn that this shit he's doing is not okay. He needs to know that like what he's violating isn't just him being super gross. He's also, like you said, Jordan, he's also violating her autonomy.
Yeah.
And I just think that's something that could be taught
Yep.
with alternative punishment mechanisms. With, no computers, you're grounded, shit like that. I don't like this eye for an eye shit. I understand why she's having second thoughts. Do think she has to do it because she said she would, but I also think it's an asshole move. I think it's probably something she just said in the heat of the moment, and now it's like, fuck, I gotta follow through on this. Yeah, like, sorry. Unfortunately, that is the case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say she's an asshole.
Oh, okay. So she is an asshole, and that she'd be wrong for this.
Yep. Jordan?
Oh, it sucks because the thing that I know from this sort of punishment oriented kind of thing is like when you say you're going to do something, it actually is very important to follow through with it. And I hate that, right? It's like, oh, well, I said I was going to follow through with it. And if I don't, then, my kid's going to try to get away with more, right? Because I didn't follow through on my punishment. And it does kind of work that way sometimes, which sucks. But I don't understand why it got here in the first place. I don't understand why. I just don't know why this is the first thing you go to. I think when you do something like this, you massively underestimate the kid's ability to understand the importance of stuff like this. I don't know the kid, but when you sit down and you go, okay, I'm going to tell you why this is unacceptable and explain that sort of boundary breaking, then that could have more work than you realize. So I kind of wish something like that happened. But Joseph, like you said, it's gross. You said you're going to do it. Actually do have to do it, And he might find it funny, right? That's the other thing, though. Like, he's going to smell this
That's what I'm
super gross,
saying.
nasty shit. It could actually be, like, kind of a funny moment that you two have together that could lead to a serious conversation.
That'd
I
be
don't
good.
know. Who knows?
There'd
Who
be
knows?
no positive thoughts.
Yeah. Like, hey, that was pretty gross, right? And then you get to talk about, like, your work and stuff. I don't know. Maybe. I think she's wrong for doing this, but she does have to do it, if that makes sense.
Danny.
It's looking like a 3-0. I think she is wrong. With the caveat of, I think we can all agree that she does need to punish or at least tell her son that this is wrong. And because you violated, what I said to not do, you are going to see the consequences. The consequences that she said suck. Like, I don't like the eye for an eye. The smell could lead to worse things. Like, he could ignore it. He could not care. Who knows? Like, it's shaky grounds on like what he'll remember this for, and instead of like what he'll think about, like trying to teach him a lesson. Like, what does this teach him? We said it mentioned a couple times. It's all just not great. Even though we can all agree that he definitely needs to be punished for doing all these things. And that's why the mother is, of course, punishing him and probably should follow through and should talk to her child and be like, okay, here's the bad smell. Now, blah, 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 and have a serious talk. So, yeah.
That was a weird one.
Yeah, I was shocked we hit the 3-0. That was kind of crazy.
Tough shit.
The council has spoken.
All right, you ready for the last one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Last one comes from Am I the Asshole? It's 2 days old. Fresh.
Oh my God, it smells so good.
It says, am I the asshole for calling the cops on the Elmer Fudd neighbor?
Sorry?
Huh? I'm sorry. A what? Hold on.
The who neighbor?
Elmer Fudd. Are you familiar with Elmer Fudd?
I mean,
Yes, I am.
Be very, very quiet.
I'm an elder
I'm jacking
millennial.
off. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for calling the cops? I live in a townhouse community. All right.
First mistake. Just kidding.
My neighbor recently installed a high-pitched whining noise device, allegedly to keep out bunnies. Okay, I now understand the title. I get the
okay.
title now? Yep. I think it was to
Stupid
drown
dumb.
out the whale sounds that his wife has become obsessed
That's not
with.
in the post.
I'm on the East Coast, so it's 12:30 a.m. while posting this. He has a weird obsession with the local rabbits. Not because he has a garden or anything. To my knowledge, these bunnies have not wronged him in any way. Nothing explains the vendetta. And his thick accent makes it really hard for me to take him seriously while he's ranting about the bunnies. Come on, man. It's a speech impediment.
Oh, this
Shut
is the
up.
most East Coast behavior ever.
I do like he has an accent, hates bunnies. Like, it really is Elmer Fudd.
The noise is loud enough that my dogs just go nuts, and people who sleep on the front side of the house have great difficulty sleeping. I'm usually a just talk about it kind of guy, so earlier this evening I knocked on the door and asked if he could turn it off so people could sleep. He said to get lost, and I joked that I should call the cops. So I found the non-emergency number for the local cops and called. I'll update if anything fun happens. As a person who generally isn't a fan of police, am I the asshole for calling them?
That's rough. Because, like, this is some stupid shit that a neighbor is doing that is just ruining your quality of life, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, oh God,
And it's like a townhouse community, right? You can't even go to your like landlord or whatever.
Yeah.
At least it's the non-emergency line. I appreciate that. Like, it's not like, listen, this isn't like crazy. It's just like all of us are getting frustrated and we need help. Because, I'm not a big fan of the police either, but I understand your position.
Yeah, like what options does he have? Like,
Right.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Good question.
Maybe we get to an answer on the specifically calling the cops if we can think of like a different option that he could have done.
So,
first.
okay, this is what's confounding this thing is because for there to be another option, we need to know what this guy wants. But to our understanding, we don't really, he wants like no rabbits, but there's already no rabbits.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can you please say wabbits?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
How do we get this man to be very, very quiet? Well, to do so,
Annoying.
we need to know his motivations. And
Yeah.
I really have no idea. Like, what do you be like, hey, instead of doing this, could you do something else to fight the invisible rabbits on your lawn? Like, I know you've been fucking with Harvey recently, but could you please turn off the 65 decibel high-pitched whining noise?
Yeah, like, why does it have to be that? Isn't there other methods we can do here?
Yeah, also, like, just get lost. Okay, I'm going to knock on your door. I'm going to try to be approachable about this. Hey, this is just bothering myself and my dogs and other people in the neighborhood, to be honest. Like, is there anything, can we figure this out? Like, honestly, approaching him, I'm happy that the poster did that in general, because a lot of people are very conflict avoidant. to a fault, and this guy is very much so willing to try to work this out with somebody that is basically a stranger to him, right? So, God, this is the type of shit that would piss me off too.
Oh man.
Like, no, what the fuck? You're trying to keep bunnies out of your yard? What's wrong with you? Why do you care? I don't know, man.
Retired Elmer
I hate to be
Fudd?
like this, but like, is this a white guy? He's got to be a white guy, right?
Gotta be. No doubt in my mind.
Of course.
All right. Okay. It's time for you to reach deep into your genetic history.
Okay.
Inside every white person is a Yakubian implanted device
Sure.
that enables you to be an extremely annoying homeowner.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Okay. Now, okay.
He's talking in the
Oh.
comments about how he's like, I'm going to get a sign that says Elmer Fudd, and I'm going to point it at his house when he turns it on. Shut up. We're not doing that, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to go to the management company of the townhouses, and you're going to say, this guy's turning this on. If they don't respond, you go, it's already been escalated to the police. If they still don't respond, you go back to the cops, and you say, this has been escalated from the townhouse community. I expect something to happen. You start going to city council meetings, all right?
Oh yeah, you're so
Yeah.
right.
You start talking to as many agencies as you can. Like, it's time to just Karen out about this.
Yeah. You do. And the thing is, we're saying Karen out. I want to be very clear. It is okay to, if something is ruining your quality of life, fight for that to change, right? Even if it is just even if it's just a neighborly piss ass dispute.
I don't want to step on any toes
No,
here. The
fuck
guy
that.
is blasting a loud ass thing at you all day, every day, and it's setting off your dogs. Like, come on. Time to get angry.
Yeah. You are allowed to be angry about things and allowed to, fight for your comfort once in a while. Obviously within context, everything here has context. But in context like this, where your neighbor is being an insane person, this is the dumbest shit ever. You're a moron. Like, I can't believe that he didn't say anything worse. This is the type of shit that I'd be knocking on their door and I'd be like, hey, fuck ass, can you turn this shit off? I'm trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
I am much less approachable when it comes to stupid bullshit like this. I don't have time to deal with somebody who thinks that they need to turn on like a military grade noise cannon to keep vermin out of their yard. I hate you. Like, you are ontologically evil to me when you do stupid shit like this. I'm going to be very mean to you.
Talk your talk, King.
I hate shit like this. Like, oh, dude, it makes me so mad. Like, I am the only person that exists in this space, so I'm going to just blast noise, and it's fine. Everybody has to deal with it. Like, no. I have agency over my own life, too. Turn your fucking shit off.
That reminded me, I got pretty mad. This is a little related. I got kind of mad because I was walking around near my neighborhood, like near maybe a quarter mile away from my home. And I was just walking, taking a walk. And I stepped like a little too close maybe, but still on the sidewalk, normal, by this home, like this townhouse. And a shrieking sound hit my ears. And I was like, whoa, what the? And I got like scared and I looked and it was like they had like those weird like sound alarms. And I was like, I got mad because I was like, that I'm not even near your house. And I'm like hearing this sound. So clearly they're trying to keep maybe vermin or maybe pets away from their home. And I was like, man, I hate you. That was uncool.
God, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I gotta, reiterate, like, you gotta take this seriously. You gotta Karen out about it. You're in a town, there's a bunch of townhomes here. Don't you have a fucking HOA?
Yeah, probably.
Like,
just gotta
call
keep
them.
being annoying.
If they're like, oh, there's nothing we can do, keep calling them. Be like, hey, I know you said there's nothing you can do. This is impacting the quality of life for the people who live here, Like, it's time to step up. And like, if they don't have a specific ordinance for it, be like, okay, what does it take to include one in the rules for next year, Like, it's time to be a nuisance. I don't know what to say.
Do you think they should have done that before going to like the non-emergency number?
No, I think that's fine. Do you guys want to vote on this one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Decision time.
All right, when it comes to this guy, is he the asshole for calling the cops? 3, 2, 1, no.
No.
But again, you're not going to get results until you start being a squeaky wheel.
Yep.
Got to get that grease.
Mm-hmm.
But wait.
Do you want to do the updates?
All right, here's the updates. First one is the cop took about 15 minutes to arrive. Not bad for the non-emergency line. That's
True.
how you know it's a townhouse. situation.
Yeah.
They need us out in the inner city. Yeah, we'll be there in an hour. I've been talking to him inside the house, so I can't hear much. Update 2. Fudd was telling the cop how I'm a bad neighbor because I have dogs. Oh my gosh, they're sweet. They're always on a leash. They're curbed, but sometimes they bark at the fucking bunny device. Can you believe it? The audacity. Cop left, noise machine off, score 1 for the popos for tonight. I somehow bet this isn't the end of Elmer. Debating making a giant Elmer Fudd sign with an arrow pointing at his house the next time he turns the noise system on.
Soy.
This is just so
Soy.
soy.
Reddit.
So soy.
Just so soy.
Update 3, he decided to make it start during the hours when noise can be louder and has turned it to exactly 65 decibels, the legal limit for daytime. He set it to run constantly, my poor dogs. Anyone know if it's legal for me to drop the bunny chow on the edge of my yard? I'm thinking of getting some and putting it out when the night quiet starts. Otherwise, better ideas or advice on this would be appreciated. Yeah, I've got one. Talk to a lawyer.
Yeah.
Talk to the cops again.
Yeah.
Call the fucking management company. Call the HOA. Be
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
Be as annoying as you possibly can to as many people as you can until something changes.
Yeah, don't get in a pissing contest. Like, here's some advice. The minute some dipshit is like, especially if this is like an old jackass, it's like, well, technically, mine is set to exactly 65 decibels. I've looked at the local law, and I've seen that I can do this. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, nobody's gonna side with them. No, like, don't do your I'm gonna lure bunnies to your yard shit, because then you're also culpable in getting in a pissing contest. Just talk to authoritative people that are gonna be able to just get this guy to stop being a dickhead.
The Council has spoken.
And I think today the theme has been, Redditors specifically get so excited to dole out this kind of annoying ass equivalence justice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sometimes you just got to think to yourself, am I being too cute by half?
Yeah.
Is there an easier solution to this that doesn't sound like the plot of like a 1990s after school special? And if the answer is yes, you just got to do that. Like, we don't have to get bogged down in these stupid fucking discussions about like, will dressing up in a giant bunny suit get me a trespassing charge?
What if I get a shotgun and I shoot a bunny? Wait a minute.
No, and actually, the real piece of advice I have is that he shouldn't be hearing this noise anyway, because the hours he should be awake is right at about 3:53 a.m. That's when he should start waking up. Because
Yep. That's why he turns on the alarm. His face is in a bowl of water.
If you put the tape over the dog's mouth, they'll stop barking.
That's true. They need to not be snoring anyway.
All right. See you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.